Hello and welcome to Everyday Lessons Every Day. I'm David McBee. Based on my book, Everyday Lessons Every Day, A Journey from Grumpy to Grateful, this podcast is for those of us who believe in personal growth and want to improve every day. This is episode 3, Courage to Change. Okay, so if I sound a little out of breath, it's because I am. I just got off of my Peloton and I ran to my office to record this podcast because I am so inspired right now. I'm not even kidding. There's literally sweat dripping. It's kind of gross, but I wanted to do this while it was still fresh in my head. My Sunday started innocently enough. I spent my morning having a cup of coffee and reading with my wife next to me in our living room. Then we sat on the couch watching Star Wars with my son. We snacked a little, we napped a little. It was relaxing. I worked hard this week and I deserved the downtime. But when the final ship blew up and I heard that magical John Williams melody that I grew up on, I stood up and I walked out of the room. I had been sitting long enough. It was time to do something healthy. I went upstairs, changed clothes, and climbed on the Peloton. Between you and me, I was just going to do a little warm-up ride or maybe cruise through the mountains of Glacier Park. But when the screen lit up, I saw a featured workout that I had bookmarked weeks ago, and I hadn't gotten around to it. It was a 30-minute Pink ride hosted by Christine D'Ercole. Now, I love Pink, and I love riding with Christine, so I figured, what the hell, let's go for it. Guys, I am so grateful that I did. The first song on Christine's Pink playlist was called Courage. If you haven't heard it, listen to it as soon as you're done with this episode. I am dead serious. It's such an inspiring song, and it reminded me that everyday lessons every day come from more than just self-improvement books. In the first verse of the song, Pink sings about walking uphill both ways and how much it hurts. She buries her heart like a seed, hoping it will grow, needing it to get closer to the light, closer to herself. She knows she needs to grow, and she doesn't need to do it perfectly. When I heard those words, I connected so emotionally with the song. Here I was, taking time away from my relaxing Sunday afternoon to work out, riding that bike, what felt like uphill both ways. And yes, it hurt. But I knew that I was planting seeds that would grow, that it would help me feel stronger and make me a better version of myself. I know this story won't resonate with everyone. When I'm not working out regularly, I abhor being around people who are. I hate their stupid, healthy messages, and I really just want them to shut up about their stupid workouts while I eat my cheeseburger. It reminds me of an old joke about a guy who goes to the gym and he forgets to take his phone. He's angry and he yells, "Damn it, now I can't post a picture on Facebook. What a waste of a trip to the gym." Look, I get it. This is not a podcast to motivate you to work out. It really isn't. Unless that's the change you're looking to make. I'm someone who used to hate working out, and finding time to do it feels incredibly selfish, especially on the weekends when it takes time away from my family. But I want to be around to play with my grandkids, so it's something that I know I have to do. I'm investing in my future. Your change might have nothing to do with physical health. It could be about a promotion you want, a business you want to start, a friendship you want to rekindle, a relationship you want to grow, a book you want to write, a project that you want to start. What change do you want to make that maybe you haven't had the courage to pursue? Whatever that is, hold that image in your mind and think of it when you listen to that song. Back to my ride. About 22 minutes in, Christine tells the class that for her whole life, she never felt like she fit in. She pauses as some of the riders respond in turn. Then she starts talking about how she wanted to be a ballerina when she was young, but that she didn't have the body for it. She goes on to say, "When I discovered bicycles and I started winning races, I found out what these thighs were for. I became very, very proud, so proud that instead of covering myself up entirely, I started wearing black and pink neon striped tights." She slaps her thighs hard, and the riders in the studio cheer. I cheer. She continues, "The thing that fills you with shame could be the thing that makes you the most proud." That got me thinking, what filled me with shame? I'd never been a big fan of my body. I'm a short, bald guy who works out, but I also love cake and barbecue, so it's not like I'm ever going to be free of this dad bod. But that doesn't really fill me with shame. I'm okay with that. What fills me with shame is when I'm a lesser version of myself, when I give up on a dream or a goal, when I'm not giving 200% to my job, to my relationships. I am filled with shame when I am impatient with my family or judgmental of a friend. I am filled with shame when I am not growing. It's why I embarked on my journey from grumpy to grateful in the first place. It's why I started this podcast. My book is one of my greatest accomplishments. It's not a bestseller. It's not going to make me rich, but it changed me. It saved me from going down a dark path that would have likely led to divorce and a great deal of pain for me and everyone that I love. Writing that book was one of the hardest things I ever did, but I believe that it saved my life. Like Pink, I planted a seed that needed to grow. And like Christine, I discovered that the thing that filled me with shame led me to the thing that makes me the most proud. This was the most inspiring workout I've ever had, and I am truly grateful to Pink and Christine for coming together to create something that moved me, changed me, and drives me to be a better version of myself. This was an everyday lesson that I didn't go looking for in a book. It just snuck up on me, and it was exactly the lesson I needed. So what is it that you want to change? Do you have the courage it will take? What is causing you shame? And can you think of a way to turn that shame into a source of pride? Stop what you're doing. Listen to Pink's song. If you have a Peloton, find that workout. Go do it. I promise you won't regret it. Figure out what it is that you want to change. And when you've got that clear in your mind, grab a Sharpie, write C2C on your wrist to remind you to have the courage to change. Plant your seeds and water them. Know that if you do this, you will grow into the better version of yourself. It will be hard. It will hurt. It'll feel like uphill both ways. But if you commit to the change, it will bring you closer to your light, closer to your goals, and closer to your dreams. Let me know what happens when you implement this everyday lesson. I'll see you next time. Now go out there and do something awesome.